Welcome back, guys. So who wants to see something vintage? I know I do. Yep, today we're going to look at the entire line of dinosaurs from 1993, which is Kenner Jurassic Park. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. You know, I want to go on record right now by saying something that is probably very obvious to you guys who know this collection very well, but for those of you who aren't all that familiar with it just yet, I do want to say that a lot of these guys we did not see in the movie. But there again, if they wouldn't have went ahead and made them anyway, the collection wouldn't have been complete. But I think it's okay. The only thing that bothers me is the fact that we did not get a Parasaurolophus and we did not get a Brachiosaurus. And because of that, that does actually render this collection into being a little less than what it could have been. But starting with the first one that we did not get to see in the films, that is the Dimetrodon. That is the first one that came out with. It's JP number 1. Actually, a really nice color scheme. Green, gray, yellow spots. Not like the one we saw in Dominion. The one we saw in Dominion had a red sail on its back, which I thought made it look a whole lot more cool. But this isn't bad for 1993. Going to the next one, we have the Dilophosaurus, which is an even darker green with dark gray on the back, with white outlining, a white underbelly, articulated legs. This one actually spits water at you. There is a hole in the back of the mouth. You'll squeeze him like this, and he'll actually spit the water at you. That's very fitting. It really gave us what it was supposed to. I actually quite dig this one. The only thing it's missing is a frill, but that's okay. Moving on to the next one is probably the one you anticipate the most, is number 3, the Velociraptor. This one has articulated arms, and the legs articulate as well. So this one has a little more movement than the other guys do. Has slashing jaws when you press the legs together. At least to an extent it does. With the Dimetrodon, it's you pull the leg back and the mouth comes open and it snaps shut. It's kind of worn, but it's old. Number 4, Coelophysis. We did not see these guys in the movie either. So far we've seen 2 of them that we have not seen in the films. One is in a crouching position, the other one is standing up. But this one, the leg is bent, which is very common, so I have to have him sitting as well. They both have different colors. These both came together in the same pack, so they're both number 4. This one is gray, this one is green. They both have purple snout, yellow eyes, white teeth, and a dark purple mouth. They have limited articulation. Arms and legs go back and forth. They have wires in their necks, causing you to have the ability to bend them, which works. The tail's supposed to do the same thing, but there isn't much of a wire in each tail, so kind of doesn't live up to what it's supposed to. That's the Coelophysis. Next one we did not see in the film is the Pteranodon, number 5, which has a blue head, red eyes, blue hands, mostly gray, especially on the back and on the both leg. Kind of an off-white underneath. Actually, this one has an articulated head, unlike the other ones. Legs, same thing. Mouth opens and closes like that. Even the inside of the mouth is gray. We have wings that are supposed to be able to flap, and they kind of work and they kind of don't. So there's the Pteranodon. We did not see that in the film either. Number 6 is probably the second most popular in this entire line, is the young Tyrannosaurus Rex, which has kind of a sandy, tannish orange color to it with brown stripes. We did not see this in the film, but we did see a baby Rex in The Lost World. The only articulation with this guy is the arms. A lot of times you'll find this with the arms missing or the arms broken. You'll find him without the dino damage piece. This is where they started doing dino damage on the figures, so you could take the patch out. Understandably, it goes missing very fast, so you'll mostly find him like this. Or he won't be in such good shape. kind of, well, I guess we don't have to put it back in, but I like to. It's white underneath. Slashing jaws, this is the action feature. Yeah, it kind of works, it kind of doesn't, but oh well. I like the eye color, kind of a lime green, purple mouth, white teeth as always. Straight tail, with the tip considerably larger than the smaller dinos. I like it very much. It's another one we didn't see in the movie though. The next one, number 7, is the Stegosaurus. Yeah, this is the worst. And I say that because it's just stuck in an awkward pose. The head is turned, as you can see. Kind of a minty green, so it stands out amongst the other ones. I like how everything is its own color scheme. I like that. Everything is its own color. You know, we have blue and gray, we have dark green, we have light green, there's dark gray, there's a light green, well, kind of a medium green. We have brown, we have tannish, orange, brown, and now we have minty green. There is one row of spines and one row of spikes on the tail. Yeah, kind of a cheat with this one. Does also have a dino damage patch right here. Most of the time you'll find him like this. Here's the action feature. Guess what he does? Nothing. He kind of whips his tail. He's supposed to take the tail with one hand and pull it back, and yeah. Kind of works if you have the figure up against the tail already, so it doesn't whip around. Didn't see this in the movie either, even though we saw him in the book. Number 8, the Triceratops. One of my personal favorites. It's pretty long. This is one of the biggest ones. Also has a dino damage patch. This is the last one to have that in this toy line. So most of the time you'll find him like this. It's a gray color with a variation of other gray colors throughout the body, as you can see. Even looks like there's striping going on, and it's green underneath. Mostly rubber, plastic legs, plastic head. So the biggest ones are the rubber ones, and you see that with the young Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Stegosaurus. It has an action figure that action feature sort of works. Head butts up and down when you press the trigger here in the shoulder. It kind of works, you know. Anyways, there's the Triceratops, probably the best looking dino in this whole line, right next to this guy and the next one you're about to see. So there's all the smaller ones. Now we get to the biggest one, the big daddy of the whole toy line, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Does not look at all like it did in the movie, but it works. Reddish brown color, black spots, brown legs, black claws, number 9, articulation in the arms. A lot of times you'll find it with the arms missing or busted. A lot of times you'll see him with a bent tail, but I actually straightened his tail. Because, see, when you bought this guy in the stores, they couldn't fit him in the box, so they had to bend the tail down, so the tail was bent in half. With the tail bent, I will say that it does help it stand up a lot better. But we have a brown mouth, white teeth, yellow eyes, black around the eyes, like the black spots. So it's not the brown color that it was in the movie, but it works for me. That's how it looked in the book. We have green underneath. There are 2 different parts to this action feature for this figure, which is why it's worth so much money. Trigger right here, it roars and opens its mouth. And for the feet, you can make him stomp. Takes a 9-volt battery, which is in this little console down here. Doesn't sound like the movie, but I think this guy was made before the movie came out, so I don't think they knew what to do with it. This is the biggest one of all. Probably worth the most amount of money. It's big amongst collectors, and it was big for me because this was the first thing I had as a kid. And I loved it so much that it had everything wrong with it. A lot of times you'll see the neck will have a crease in it, so the neck will kind of lean towards the side, and the action figures will be busted, so it won't work. Did I say action figures? I meant action features. Okay, so there's that one. Now we come to the last two. That was the first one to have action features in it, meaning that was the first one to have electronics. Now we're continuing with electronics. Number 10, we have the electronic Velociraptor, which looks considerably better than the other one. However, the color scheme makes it look more like the book version. They really went off of the book with this toy collection, as you can see if you've read the book. Articulation is in the arms mostly. Very nice color scheme. Looks a little more like the Lost World Raptors, but I like it. Pull the legs back. That's why they call them Dino Screams, because this one has the raptor scream in it. Next we have the Dilophosaurus. Green, white, and red, just like the other one. Articulation is mostly in the right arm and in both legs. Both these guys are made out of hard plastic. The left arm, you push it down. This one actually has the frill, which you can take off. Works pretty nice. Pretty hard to find for these guys to actually be working. So that right there is the entire line, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex ate all of them. So that's the whole Series 1 toy line, Dinosaurs. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I rate this one as number 1. The rest of them are, these guys are very neat. I like the Triceratops, the young Tyrannosaurus Rex, and the other Dilophosaurus. Alright, I highly suggest you guys collect all these guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.